Ethereum to $20,000. When could it happen? What if I told you Ethereum, the world's most used blockchain, could hit $20,000? Sounds crazy. Not if you look at what's happening in 2025. We've got spot ETFs approved, Layer 2s booming, real-world assets flooding the chain, AI agents deploying on Ethereum, and institutional capital finally starting to take crypto seriously. So the real question isn't if Ethereum can hit $20,000. The real question is, when? This is the full breakdown. Introduction. In this CryptoPulse deep dive, we're exploring Ethereum like never before. We'll go beyond the headlines and get into the core fundamentals that could drive Ethereum to 5 figures in the next market cycle. This video is for beginners who want to understand what makes Ethereum different from Bitcoin. Intermediate holders wondering what the roadmap looks like in 2025. Advanced investors tracking token flows, macro narratives, and ETF catalysts. You'll learn why Ethereum is called the Internet of Value, the latest upgrades to its ecosystem and tokenomics, how ETH supply is shrinking while demand is surging, where ETH fits into global finance, AI, and real-world assets. And finally, when ETH could realistically hit $20,000 and what has to happen first. Whether you're new to Ethereum or already holding, this is the deep dive that cuts through the noise. Disclaimer: crypto assets are high risk and not regulated in the UK. You could lose all the money you invest. There is no consumer protection. This content is not financial advice. Always do your own research. What is Ethereum and why does it matter? Ethereum is more than just a cryptocurrency, it's the world's leading programmable blockchain. If Bitcoin is digital gold, Ethereum is the decentralized internet. Launched in 2015 by Vitalik Buterin and a group of visionary developers, Ethereum introduced smart contracts, code that runs on the blockchain without middlemen. This changed everything. DeFi, NFTs, tokenized assets, DAOs, AI agents, Ethereum powers it all. In 2025, it's not just a platform, it's a financial and computational foundation for the next internet. How ETH works, the token, the tech, and the burn. ETH is the fuel for the entire Ethereum ecosystem. It powers smart contracts, secures the network, and settles transactions. Since Ethereum's merge in 2022, ETH is now secured via proof of stake, and it's deflationary. Thanks to EIP 1559, a portion of gas fees is burned. So the more Ethereum is used, the more ETH is destroyed. In 2025, network activity is up, supply is down. ETH is now a utility token with a built-in scarcity engine. Ethereum in 2025, what it's powering right now. Ethereum's impact spans 5 major sectors. DeFi, home to billions in decentralized financial apps. Layer 2s, enabling fast, cheap transactions via Arbitrum, Optimism, Base. NFTs and identity, powering the next wave of digital ownership. Real-world assets, hosting tokenized treasuries, real estate, and RWAs. AIX crypto, acting as the trust layer for autonomous agents. Ethereum isn't just part of Web3, it is Web3. What makes Ethereum different, and so valuable? Ethereum's edge is its maturity and decentralization. It has more validators than any chain. The deepest developer ecosystem. A deflationary token model. Modular scalability through Layer 2s. Massive liquidity gravity in DeFi and NFTs. Institutional alignment through USDC, JP Morgan, and BlackRock integrations. No other smart contract platform combines all these factors. Ethereum Roadmap 2025, what's still coming? Ethereum's development continues with proto-danksharding and blobs to massively scale L2 throughput. Dateless clients for lightweight node infrastructure. PBS and MEV reforms to protect users from miner manipulation. Account abstraction, enabling Web 2 style UX. The result: lower fees, better apps, more decentralization. Can Ethereum reach $20,000? Let's do the math. At $20,000 per ETH, Ethereum would have a $2.4 trillion market cap. That's less than gold, less than Apple. Previous cycles saw 5 to 50x growth. A 23x move from the 2022 bottom is possible. What ETFs could drive billions in demand? ETH is now deflationary, fewer coins, more usage. The macro case is lining up. $20,000 is no longer fantasy, it's a thesis. Timing the top, when could ETH realistically hit $20,000? Cycles suggest the next peak lands between Q3-Q4 2025. That's 12 to 18 months post-Bitcoin halving, Ethereum's typical lag. ETH ETFs, if approved mid-2025, could accelerate inflows. On-chain signals, low exchange balances, high gas, NFT mania, will be clues. $20,000 ETH could happen by year-end 2025 if all aligns. Risks that could stop ETH from reaching $20,000. The threats. SEC declaring ETH a security. Staking restrictions or ETF denials. L2 fragmentation or security breaches. Competing chains like Solana gaining mindshare. Global macro tightening or war. Ethereum has the fundamentals, but it must dodge these landmines. Final thoughts, is ETH still early or already priced in? Ethereum isn't early in a tech sense, but in a global adoption sense. It's just getting started. Less than 10% of internet users know Ethereum. Consumer dApps haven't gone viral yet. Institutions are just entering. AI, RWAs, and L2 onboarding haven't hit full steam. ETH at $4,000 may one day look cheap. $20,000 isn't a fantasy. It's a milestone, and one Ethereum is racing toward. Call to action. If you found value in this Ethereum deep dive, hit that subscribe button. CryptoPulse is here to decode the markets with clarity, not hype. Drop a comment. Will Ethereum hit $20,000? Or are we aiming even higher? We'll see you in the next one.